ये इधर में नहीं आते हैं क्यों? टेबल के ऊपर है मेरा ख्याल से, दोनों इधर है।
Namaskar. A very good afternoon to all of you. It is my great honor and privilege to welcome you all to the 9th Convocation Ceremony of Ramakrishna Mission Sikshanamandira. A total of 487 students will be conferred degrees today in this Convocation Ceremony. 37 rank holders and PhD scholars will be felicitated here and rest will be conferred degree in absentia. It is indeed a remarkable day in the history of our college. As part of age-old ritual, we have started the convocation ceremony by hoisting the college flag at 11 this morning. Now, we have assembled here at Divyagunananda Mandap for the convocation ceremony. We are honored to have eminent educationists and nation builders par excellence amongst us on this auspicious day. We are delighted to have Professor Sunaina Singh, Honorable Vice-Chancellor, Nalanda University, who has kindly consented to deliver the 9th convocation address. We have amongst us Revered Srimat Swami Shashtrajnanandaji Maharaj, Secretary, Ramakrishna Mission Saradapitha and Sikshanamandira to deliver welcome address. Professor Swapna Banerjee, Dean, Faculty Council for Postgraduate Studies in Education, Journalism and Library and Information Science, University of Calcutta, is also present with us as the chief guest. We welcome Madam to this ceremony. We are privileged to have Honorable Justice Sri Pinaki Ghose, first Chairperson, Lokpal of India and long-standing President of the governing body of our college, who will preside over the celebration. Now, may I request Revered Principal Srimat Swami Divyagunananda Maharaj to start the program with Vedic Convocation Chanting.
Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha Hari Om Vedamanuchacharyante Vashinamanushaaste Satyam Vada Dharmam Chara Swadhyayan Ma Pramadaha Acharyaya Priyam Dhanamahritya Prajatantum Ma Vyavachetsi Satyana Pramaditavyam Dharmana Pramaditavyam Kushalana Pramaditavyam Bhutyaina Pramaditavyam Swadhyaya Pravachanabhyamna Pramaditavyam Deva Pitrikaryabhyamna Pramaditavyam Matridevo Bhava Pitridevo Bhava Acharya Devo Bhava Atithi Devo Bhava Yanyanavadyani Karmani Tani Sevitavyani No Itarani Yanyasmakam Sucharitani Tani Tvayopasyani No Itarani Yeke Jasmachreya So Brahmanaha Tesham Tvaya Sanena Prashvasitavyam Shraddhaya Deyam Asraddhaya Deyam Sriya Deyam ह्रियादेयं भियादेयं संविदादेयं अत यदि ते कर्म विचिकित्सा वा वृत्तविचिकित्सा वा स्यात् ये तत्र ब्रह्मणा सम्मर्षिणः युक्ता आयुक्ताः अलुक्षा धर्मकामार्षुः यथा ते तत्र वर्तेरन् तथा तत्र वर्तेथाः अथाभ्याख्यतेषु ये तत्र ब्रह्मणा सम्मर्षिणः युक्ता आयुक्ताः अलुक्षा धर्मकामार्षुः यथा ते तेषु वर्तेरन् तथा तेषु वर्तेथाः एष आदेशः एष उपदेशः एषा वेदोपनिषत् एतदनुशासनम् एवम् उपासितव्यम् एवमुच्यैतदुपास्यम् शं नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शं नो भवद्वर्यमा शं न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शं नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मवादिशं ऋतमवादिशं सत्यमवादिशं तन्मामावेत् तद्वक्तारमावेत् आविन्माम् आवेद्वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ तत्सत् श्रीरामकृष्णार्पणमस्तु।
Regards and pranam to Maharaj. Now I request Sonak Uptu, student, postgraduate diploma in guidance and counseling, Anirban Satra, Rakesh Sasmal and Asim Adok, all students of MEd, to present the opening song.
Shrinvan Shve Amritasya Putra Aedhamani Divyani Tastu Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam Adityavarnam Tamasah Parasta Tameva Viditvati Mrityumeti Nanyah Pantha Vidyate Ayanaya Nanyah Pantha Vidyate Ayanaya Nanyah Pantha Vidyate Shono shono shuralokbashi amritero je acho shantan janiyachi সেই অবিনাশী জ্যোতির্ময় পুরুষ মহান তপন বরণ তিনি আধারের কারি যিনি তাহারে জানিয়া জীব মরণ এড়ায় নিস্তার লাভের আর নাহির উপায় एतज्ज्ञेयं नित्यमेवात्मसंस्थं नातः परं वेदितव्यम् मृत्युमेति नान्यः पन्था विद्यते अयनाय नान्यः पन्था विद्यते अयनाय नान्यः पन्था विद्यते নিত্য যিনি রয়েছেন আপনাতে পরিধান জানো তার জানিবার কি আছে তাহার পার যাহারে পাইয়া জ্ঞান করি তৃপ্ত ঋষিগণ কৃতার্থ বিগত রাগ নির্লিপ্ত প্রশান্ত মন তাহারে জানিয়া জীব মরণ এড়ায় নিস্তার লাভের আর নাহি রে উপায় यश्चायमस्मिन्नाकाशे तेजोमय अमृतमय पुरुषः सर्वानुभूः यश्चायमस्मिन्नात्मनि तेजोमय अमृतमय पुरुषः सर्वानुभूः तमेव विदित्वाति मृत्युमेति नान्यः पन्था विद्यते अयनाय नान्यः पन्था विद्यते अयनाय नान्यः पन्था विद्यते अयनाय तेजोमय पुरुष अमृतमय सर्वत्र महान आकाशे आकाय যিনি সমভাবে সদা বিদ্যমান তাহারে জানিয়া জীব মরণ এড়ায় নিস্তার লাভের আর নাহি রে উপায় নিস্তার লাভের আর নাহি রে উপায় নিস্তার লাভের আর নাহি রে উপায় তমেব विदित्वाति मृत्युमेति नान्यः पन्था विद्यते अयनाय नान्यः पन्था विद्यते नान्यः पन्था विद्यते
Thank you all. Now I humbly request Revered Srimat Swami Shashtrajnanandaji Maharaj, Secretary, Ramakrishna Mission Saradapitha and Sikshanamandira to deliver welcome address.
Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya. Honorable Justice Pinaki Chandra Ghose, Chairperson, Lokpal of India, and the President of the governing body of our college, Sikshanamandira. Honorable Vice-Chancellor of Nalanda University, Professor Sunaina Singh, who will be delivering the convocation address today. Honorable Dean of University of Calcutta, Professor Swapna Banerjee, who will be delivering his speech for the fresh graduates today. My dear and respected Swami Divyagunanandaji Maharaj, Principal of this college, Professor Goutam, Bandyopadhyay, Senior Faculty Member of the college, Vice Principal Maharaj, all other sannyasins and brahmacharis, esteemed teachers, students, support staff, and other dignitaries present today, offline and online. It is indeed a great pleasure for me to welcome you all at this august assemblage on the occasion of the convocation of Ramakrishna Mission Sikshanamandira, one of the leading teacher training institute, one of the leading higher education institute in teachers training in this country today. On behalf of Sikshanamandira College, its governing body, and on behalf of Ramakrishna Mission Saradapitha as well, once again, I welcome you all and convey my heartfelt gratitude to all of you for your benign presence in this occasion. Today, dear graduates, today it's a D-Day for you. I know for a long time you are waiting for this day because you will be receiving the formal certificates, diplomas today in this convocation, which will be perhaps the license for your life in your future career. When I think of the convocation ceremony, I feel from the very core of my heart that the convocation ceremony of a general degree college or a university and the convocation ceremony of a teaching institute, teachers training institute are different. Why? Because in general degree colleges and in universities, students after completing their undergraduate or postgraduate programs or PhD programs receive the certificate, the degrees, which as if gives them the license, the freedom, or allow them to go for the quest for further knowledge, to add to the knowledge domain. Whatever they have learned after undergraduate program, they will go for postgraduate ones. After postgraduate is over, they will go for research programs. But research program does never end. It's an unending program. So after PhD, they go for postdoc and so on and so forth. So they go on adding to the knowledge domain of our humankind. But when we think of the convocation of the higher education institute like ours, that is of this Teachers Training Institute, what we see in front of us is quite different. You, the graduates, undoubtedly enough, you are getting today the degrees that will allow you to go for further quest for knowledge. You too will certainly add to the knowledge domain. But apart from that, you are the preserver of the knowledge. You will be the distributor of the knowledge. You will be the trainer of the future generation. The degrees, the diplomas you will be receiving today will be allowing you to train scores of pupils who will be coming to you in the future decades. So your responsibility is no doubt higher, more pious one. I hope that in this institute, which is named after Swamiji, Swami Vivekananda, which is fashioned after Vivekananda's epoch-making educational ethos, I fervently believe that in such an institute, you have spent the best part of your life and you have been able to attain something more than your syllabus, something more than your curriculum. Some value addition has been accomplished by you while being learned in this institute. So whenever you will be leaving the portals of this institute, you must remember that you are carrying with you an extra responsibility. The extra responsibility is to cater the same values to the society. Just to share the same ideas and ideals to the larger society. You will not only carry with you your medals or prizes or certificates, you will be carrying with you the Sikshanamandira college, its ambience, its ethos with you. And the entire life, you have to keep it with you. You have to sustain these values with you. Rabindranath, in one of his great poems, wrote some unique lines that I request you to remember forever. And I would request to you to murmur it, at least mentally, when you will be leaving this college or when you will be coming back to the college again to recharge you. Those are the lines that should be remembered by you forever. তোমার ধুলির তিলক পড়েছি ভালে, দেখেছি নিত্যের জ্যোতি দুর্যোগের মায়ার আড়ালে, সত্যের আনন্দ রূপ এ ধুলায় নিয়েছি মূরতি, সেই জেনে এ ধুলায় রাখিল প্রগতি। নমস্কার, থ্যাংক ইউ।
Regards and pranam to Maharaj. We will now felicitate our honorable guests on the dais. as well as on virtual platform. I request Revered Principal Srimat Swami Divyagunanandaji Maharaj to felicitate Professor Sunaina Singh, Honorable Vice-Chancellor, Nalanda University, virtually. I request Ma'am's office to kindly turn on the camera.
You have to stand and take.
No, madam.
Okay.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, may I request Revered Swami Divyagunanandaji Maharaj, Vice Principal of our college, to felicitate Sri Pinaki Chandra Ghose, Honorable Justice and first Chairperson, Lokpal of India, virtually. Professor Swapna Banerjee, Dean, University of Calcutta, will be felicitated by Revered Swami Uchitanandaji Maharaj, Controller of Examinations, Ramakrishna Mission, Sikshanamandira. Once again request Revered Principal Maharaj to felicitate Revered Swami Shashtrajnanandaji Maharaj, Secretary, Ramakrishna Mission, Saradapitha and Singh. Now, may I request Professor Swapna Banerjee, Dean, Faculty Council for Postgraduate Studies in Education, Journalism and Library and Information Science, University of Calcutta, and Chief Guest of this program to deliver her valuable speech.
Respected Swami Shashtrajnanandaji Maharaj, respected Swami Divyagunanandaji Maharaj, respected Professor Sunaina Singh, respected Honorable Justice Pinaki Chandra Ghose, respected Professor Goutam Bandyopadhyay, other dignitaries, teachers, fellow students, and those who are present today in this auspicious convocation platform. I start my speech. I am very proud and honored to be among you here today. Attanam mokshartham jagat hitaya cha. For one's salvation and for the welfare of the world, these slokas of the Rig Veda, Swamiji used this maxim to combine the notions of self-development and betterment of the society, which is very, very true of being a teacher. The advice of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa to Swamiji to be like a banyan tree which not only grows by itself but also gives shade and solace to others is perfectly for the teachers as well. Me being a teacher and you to be you are going to be teachers, we will always remember these things, that we will grow ourselves as well as give shade and solace to the others. Teachers upgrade themselves, enlighten the coming generation, and overall, they play a great role to the advancement of the whole society. To ignite the knowledge which is already there in the students, to imbibe the new things in them, to help them progress in their ways in life are all very, very great responsibilities of teachers. As you have already surely learnt in your syllabus that, and also apart from the educational curriculum, the value-based education which you have imbibed in your course, especially being a student of this college, will help you, of course, in your advancement of learning, in your path in the future. The role of teacher in motivating, in dedicating, in pursuing, in demonstrating, in imbibing the hidden talents of the students is really noteworthy. And I hope you will all adhere to these qualities of the teacher in your future. As Bertrand Russell said once, no man can be a good teacher unless he has feelings of warm affection towards his pupils and a genuine desire to impart to them what he believes to be of value. So, apart from imbibing and apart from pursuing, the affection to the students is very important. And with love, with your kind-heartedness, with your empathy, I hope all of you who are getting certificates today, you will enjoy your profession very much, and all of you will be a role teacher, model teacher to your students. Teacher training is very, very important these days. We have a very dearth in the quality of the teacher nowadays. You students, you are not getting the degree, so you are past students, but we are students the lifelong. You must be proud that you belong, you have taken education from such a premier institute, where apart from the course curriculum, you have been given some morals, some ethical lessons, some values in quality of life. You can shape the quality of life, you can enrich the quality of life to your future students, and this is the need of the hour. And during COVID period, teachers we have seen have undergone a lot of transformation like other spheres of the society, like other members of the society. Now, we don't know what is coming in the future. So, the blended learning mode, the hands-on training, the practical classes, the digital platform, enriched with the traditional learning mode, and embedded, all these technologies embedded with our Indian values, with our Indian legacies, with our Indian rich heritage and cultural ethos, will of course come into life if you adopt all these in your progress, in your path. Today, I stand here in the premises of Sikshanamandira, that is Temple of Learning. I am very happy to be present here in this 9th convocation. I speak as a representative of University of Calcutta and on behalf of our respected Vice-Chancellor Madam. I am very happy to be here because the motto of our university is advancement of learning, and I am sure you will be the torch bearers of this advancement of learning. So you will carry on your learning pursuits in the days to come. You will be a forerunner of the model teachers and the learners throughout your life, and you will encourage your students to do so along with you. I was looking at in the website of this college yesterday, and I found so many programs they are offering, be it M.Ed, M.Phil, PhD, and apart from that, international collaboration. They have signed more also. This all points out to the holistic collaboration between the teachers, between the authority, between the students, and these all have led for Sikshanamandira to touch the A++ mark in the NAC. So I am very happy, students, and this convocation, I hope, will witness a grandeur of richness in the academic pursuit of the students, would-be teachers, who will be conferred with the degrees and certificates so well deserved by them. I wish this convocation a grand success, and my best wishes for the convocation on behalf of the University of Calcutta. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. We really appreciate your valuable lecture in this August ceremony. Now, it is time for the convocation address. We are privileged to have Professor Sunaina Singh, Honorable Vice-Chancellor, Nalanda University, among us. Professor Sunaina Singh is amongst the most prominent leaders in higher education in the South Asian region. She is currently the Vice-Chancellor of Nalanda University, an internationally acclaimed historical university with the Ministry of External Affairs located in the state of Bihar. Professor Singh is engaged with the nation's task of rebuilding the renowned ancient Nalanda University. The honor of re-establishing this international university of national importance has been entrusted to her largely because of her inventive and compelling leadership, and the university has been recently conferred with the European Society for Quality Research Award. Professor Singh has the distinction of serving as the Vice President of the Indian Council for Cultural Relations. She currently serves on the board of the Advisory Council of the Association of Universities of Asia and Pacific. She has been conferred with the honorary professorship by the Academic Union Oxford in 2020 for her contribution in promoting Indian higher education and culture. The citation acknowledges her achievement for her efforts in reinventing the historic Nalanda University. Professor Singh has been conferred an Asian Award titled Asia One Empowerment Award as a women entrepreneur for her sterling leadership in the field of higher education, and recently Union Ministry of Education has nominated her in the governing board of Indian Institute of Advanced Study, Simla. Professor Singh has the distinction of being an institutional builder as the first Indian of Shastri Institute and the former Vice-Chancellor of the English and Foreign Languages University. As a distinguished academician and administrator, she plays a key role as a member designate on several distinguished boards. As a professor of literature and culture, few academics can match her scholarship integrity, intellectual caliber, and dedication to teaching, research, and administration. As a visiting professor at reputed university, leadership and commitment to philanthropy, a group of citizens have established a foundation in her name in Hyderabad in 2015. The foundation is driven by her vision of building a better society through the education of economically challenged girl child. Acknowledging Professor Singh's leadership, the Honorary Consul of the United Republic of Tanzania has instituted a scholarship in her name at Nalanda University. The citation reads, "It's indeed a pleasure and honor to institute a scholarship in your name. Your dedication, commitment, and desire to build and develop Nalanda University is unparalleled and remarkable. It is so impressive, and it is going to be a landmark institution of built under your great leadership. Professor Sunaina Singh has always believed in and has worked towards setting new benchmarks in both the personal and public spheres. What motivates her in her endeavor in life is the persona of her guru and father, Professor Satyanarayan Singh, himself a value-driven scholar and a humanist with innate compassion. As a dynamic teacher, she touches many hearts and inspires many minds. She is widely known for her leadership and integrity. We once again extend our warm welcome and humbly request respected Madam to deliver 9th Convocation Address. Madam.
Namaskar to all. Namaskar. President Ramakrishna Mission, Sikshanamandira, Honorable Justice Pinaki Chandra Ghosh ji, Revered Srimat Swami Shashtrajnanandaji Maharaj ji, Professor Swapna Banerjee, Dean University of Calcutta, and the chief guest on this occasion, Swami Divyagunanandaji, all brahmacharis, faculty, staff, non-teaching, students, and the graduating students. Namaskar, pranam to all of you. I'm delighted to be part of the Convocation Ceremony of Ramakrishna Mission Sikshanamandira this afternoon, and my best wishes to the institution. This premier institution is building the character of the teachers. You know, this is an institution that has been awarded in many, many ways and recognized for its teaching, for its values, for its character building. So let me begin by congratulating the Ramakrishna Mission Sikshanamandira, a premier teacher training institution, on its 9th Convocation Ceremony, wherein I'm told almost 487 students will receive their degrees. On this auspicious ceremony, I begin by acknowledging the institution, which is founded on the vision of Swami Vivekanandaji on his education philosophy, which is widely read, and all of us have grown up learning about Vivekanandaji and his philosophy of life, his ideas on education, on character building, on how to add value addition to knowledge systems per se. The Indian knowledge systems will not have any role if the Vivekanandaji is not added to it. Because I believe that it plays a very important, significant role. Now, convocation is a time to acknowledge and celebrate the graduating students, to acknowledge and celebrate the graduate on the completion of a formal degree. But in effect, in reality, it is the beginning. It's the commencement time. This is the time that the students who will be rewarded with a degree for their formal completion of their formal education at whatever level. I think it's a beginning of a new journey, a beginning of a new journey in educational planning per se, because you're trained as teachers. It's very important to look at education system and what we can bring to the table. I'm honored to be addressing this convocation address to these budding teachers and faculty on the threshold of a very noble profession. You know, the American writer John Steinbeck had said that teachers are great artists because their art involves shaping the spirit and psyche of students. You know, this is very important. There's a huge responsibility for the teachers to formulate, to shape, to give effect to the new generation, you know, show them the path as to how they need to create a new generation of learners further. Teachers are constantly creating generations of learners. They are the pillars of value system. They are the pillars of knowledge. So training at Ramakrishna Mission Sikshanamandira is, to my mind, has always been of unique distinction, I'm sure, because it's not just training of the teaching skills or the techniques, nor is it just knowledge transfer that would have happened in this of the outgoing students is how do they carry along with them the values and ethos of Swamiji? How do they carry the ideas of Swamiji? How to shape and formulate a character while we build the knowledge quotient? That is very important. So the aim of education that Vivekanandaji had very often, talked about is to infuse grace and love into the heart of man, which comes from character building, to be positive, to love and compassion, grace. These are important characteristics of a teacher. Unless we have this positivity in us, we cannot teach the next generation, because we are building generations. So the outgoing students must remember what Sir Radhakrishnan had also said. And he had said that ideas control the world. Swami Vivekanandaji's ideas still control the world, not just India, but world over. Because good ideas, good, wise ideas triumph over the blind forces. Every time we face a bleak moment, we back on the strength, resilience that Swami Vivekanandaji had taught, that comes with goodness. So to remodel society, there's a huge responsibility on teachers. We must turn to scholars and teachers. That's what Radhakrishnan-ji had said. To remodel societies, one must turn to scholars and teachers in the universities, in the portals of colleges, in institutions, because they have a huge responsibility as they train the younger generation to be intellectual leaders who are positive, optimistic, dedicated, and diligent towards the nation building per se. It is important to stay away, stay clear of negativity. King Lear had famously said, Shakespeare in King Lear had said, nothing will come of nothing. It's best to stay clear. So it is, the world belongs to those, the youngsters that are stepping out from the portals of Sikshanamandira here. You know, one should remember that the world belongs to those who are driven, who are optimistic, who are persistent in learning, in imparting knowledge, you know, who consistently look at the positive side of knowledge, how you create new role models for others to imbibe, how it is important to create your own utopias. You know, in today's world driven by turmoil, inconsistencies, fear, pandemics, uh, solitariness, loneliness, I think it's very important that we stay positive, we stay focused, that we can still move forward. There is inner resilience, reservoir very hard. You know, W.B. Yeats, the Irish poet, has said, joy is of the will which labors, which overcomes obstacles, which triumphs. The whole idea of education is, how do we find better solutions, new solutions? How do we impart experiential learning? How learning itself should be an experiential journey. It should be a field study, because life itself is a laboratory. We need to look at education like that, because it's important that what we have learned through our scriptures, our spiritual tradition, speaks about Gyan Marga. That's what Bhagavad Gita speaks about. You know, the path of knowledge is primary for self-realization, leading to Atmanavidhi. You know, to know yourself, self-realization. And that has been the philosophy of Ramakrishna mission. Atmano mokshartham jagat hitaicha. The shloka from Rigved, which was the prime motivator for Swami Vivekanandaji. You know, the twofold aim of human life that he looked at is the salvation of one's own self through knowledge, you know, and the well-being of earth, well-being of fellow human beings, of the world. This is the guiding principle and philosophy that drives Ramakrishna mission and all its the beginning. Ramakrishna mission has made a beginning with the Rigvedic institutions, with Swami Vivekanandaji's complete faith and belief in that. I think this should be the focus and the motto of every individual, every teacher. You know, Guru, since Guru is the prime motivator for Atma Gyan. You know, the story, if we go to Chandogya Upanishad, the story of Shvetaketu and his father, Uddalaka, the sage father, is very, you know, the entire story is a question and answer form. You know, all Upanishads, in fact, are interactions between teachers and students. Look at our own knowledge tradition. All Upanishads are interactions primarily between the Guru and the Shishya. That is what begets knowledge. The students here are very aware, because the Atma Gyan, you know, where they're building an awareness into Tattvamsi, you know, that, and how do you become a holistic person. This was the aim of education that Swami Vivekanandaji had upheld. You know, the whole idea is to make man aware of the perfection already in himself or herself. So when I look at an institution such as yours, and where the students, now the outgoing teachers, I would say, because you would be shaping the world, in some form or the other in other institutions, as you get employed at school level or college level. I think it's important to look at that inner perfection, to be not just aware of it, but how to proliferate, how to identify that. I think that's very important. Education, therefore, to my mind, is some, that philosophy that prepares one to face life, to face the challenges of life. So as teachers, we should be willing to impart knowledge, give them the resilience, the strength of character to face life, or to the realization of the potential of the self. So this afternoon, while I congratulate the outgoing students, outgoing, shall I call them teachers already in some form or the other, having been trained at this premier institution, I think you have been privileged to get not just knowledge, but knowledge with value systems, with ethos, So that is something that you need to carry, as Swamiji said earlier in his introductory remarks, you need to carry with you all your life. Now you have a very distinct identity. Knowledge is not filling of a pail, but it's something that waters roots. It creates a new generation of learning. So to give the students the opportunity to craft better solutions for the world, that should be the responsibility of the teachers while they're imparting knowledge. T.S. Eliot had said somewhere, have we lost knowledge in quest of information? So information is all available. So knowledge and wisdom, we need to define knowledge. We need to find better solutions or new solutions, and create new paradigms of learning. So each one of you will have to think as to how you will contribute to a world, because this is an increasingly borderless world. We are living in a global village, as they say. But how do we develop? My mind, the most important is, how do we develop respect as a discipline? This is fast losing. People no longer have respect for institutions or for bodies. So it's very important to develop respect as a discipline for boundaries. Respect for boundaries, be they national, be they cultural, be they racial, be they religious, be they gender boundaries, whatever be the boundaries, respect for boundaries. Now this also needs to be imparted. The discipline we need to help the younger generation to build muscle in showing respect. How do you build muscle to show respect? Because cynicism can always be a convenient alibi to escape responsibilities. Responsibilities mean being diligent. You need to deliver. Teachers and institutions, therefore, such as should be havens of hope and security, to my mind. So how, on this Convocation Day, you need to think and rethink as to how, as teachers and as institutional builders, we need to be havens of hope and security for the world. Because dharyate iti dharm, we need to uphold. That is dharm wherein we uphold things. Swami Vivekanandaji had once said, every nation has a message to deliver, a mission to fulfill, and a destiny to realize. The mission of India is to guide humanity. That's what it is, guide humanity. So what I was trying to tell you in this convocation celebration ceremony is, how do we guide the younger generation? How do we guide humanity? How do we look at Swami Vivekanandaji's message? Look what he has done in the name of Ramakrishna mission. So that's something that each one of us needs to imbibe, and the youngsters have huge opportunities that did not exist earlier. It's the time to embark on new missions, to look for better opportunities, to open your vistas of imagination, to look at life afresh, to have multiple dreams and not just be driven by one, to have multiple goals as well, because it's always important to have alternate goals. You embark from one to the other as you complete. So it's time to accept challenging assignments. All opportunities should be embraced. It's important as youngsters, you have the courage to face life, to be strong and resilient, and not be driven by negative forces in any way. So our mission, therefore, should be to be philosophers of Renaissance. I would conclude on that note. All students and teachers should be philosophers of Renaissance of life, a symbol of solidarity in peace building. That should be the mission. And through knowledge, how do we do that? Because we are uniquely positioned as teachers, and perhaps thereby we are lucky, we are fortunate that we can transfer knowledge. We can look at how build new knowledge as well, how we can teach our students critical thinking, how to be philosophers of Renaissance of life. I leave you with that thought, and with congratulating all the students for their PhD, MPhil, diploma, and undergraduate degrees, as well as I congratulate the institution for its tremendous work towards shaping the psyche of new teachers that they seem to be contributing to the nation. I hope all teachers are able to get admission in your institution, because this is an institution that teaches one to build character apart from imparting knowledge. So my best wishes to all of you, and my congratulations to the Honorable President of the school, the Secretary, the Swamijis here, the teachers, I congratulate, and a big round of applause to the students. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. We are highly indebted to you. We extend our gratitude for the convocation address. Now I request respected Professor Swapna Banerjee to offer the certificates on behalf of University of Calcutta. Presidential address of the 9th Convocation of Sikshanamandira will be Honorable Justice Sri Pinaki Chandra Ghose, first Chairperson Lokpal of India and President of governing body of our college. With a long-standing association with Ramakrishna movement in general, as well as the college, respected sir is one of the main facilitators, benefactors, and well-wisher of our institution. I cordially request respected sir to deliver the presidential address. Sir.
Namaskar. Revered Swami Shashtrajnanandaji, Swami Divyagunanandaji, Honorable Vice-Chancellor, Madam Singh, Madam Banerjee, being the Dean of the Calcutta University, being the chief guest of this Convocation Day, I really feel proud to join this 9th convocational address of the Institute. I also wish a great success to the persons who are go out of this institution and to raise their flags by which they have taught it here. I am sure that there is no ending of learning, which it only can be end at the end of our life, not before. I always feel that the teachers are nothing but they are the architect of the society. They will take the social fabric changed as it is needed on the day's necessity. Swamiji's thought was to prepare the man, and specifically told to become a man is necessary to do good for the nation and for the people. So I would rather request and pray for all the graduates who are coming out of the institute that they must feel in that way and make them a man as was thought in the thinking of the Swamiji. The teacher will be absolutely must be loved by his students. Therefore, you must have the quality of persuasion and you must have the love and affection for your students. As the love for the subject will give you more knowledge in the subject in question. Similarly, if you can love and if you can have affection towards your students, you can get good students and prepare the students for the necessity of the nation. I am sure that passing through this institution, you must have learned 3 Ds, which are devotion, discipline, and the diligence. Therefore, I am not thought of anything else. I feel proud of yourselves, and I am sure that you will certainly raise the flag of this institution in future. The thing we have, when we passing through our life, we have seen that in the game of life, sometimes people kick us as if we are football, but they themselves don't know that they are really sending us near the goal. Therefore, always think positive. In whatever manner you have to do a thing. And I would also request you, kindly see that your spine must be straight forever. Do not bow down your heads before anyone, because in my experience, I will tell you, if you put your head before anyone, that head cannot be straightened ever. I would rather tell you that the 3 Ds you follow, you will go to the up, and nobody can stop you ever. And the Divyagunananda's that thing, Swamiji's thing, that stop not until you reach your goal. Thank you, and I again congratulate you becoming the graduate, and whoever, whatever in respect of your discipline, you must give a fabric to this society. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. We offer our sincere gratitude to Sir for his presidential address. Now I request respected Professor Swapna Banerjee to offer the certificates on behalf of University of Calcutta to the hands of our revered Principal Maharaj and to give permission to confer the degree.
To all the dignitaries, Professor Ghose, Professor Singh and others who are present here, I have forgot to mention one name while welcoming all. and the name is Swami Shashtrajnanandaji, Ramendra Maharaj, who is present there virtually. He is the preceding principal of our Divyagunanandaji, and in fact everyone knows he is the architect of transforming this institute from an undergraduate college to research. I welcome him, and on this occasion, on behalf of all students and on behalf of the institution, I pray for his blessings for the further progress of this institute. Namaskar, Maharaj.
Now is the time we are waiting for. So on behalf of the university, may I now allow to distribute the medals and certificates and degrees and diplomas. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. With ma'am's permission, now it's time for conferring medals and certificates. I request Professor Swapna Banerjee to hand over the medals, certificates and token of appreciation in the hands of students. First, I call BA 2018-20 batch. First rank holder Pushpam Chatterjee will receive gold medal from me. Second rank holder Sukampon Maharaj will receive token of appreciation from me. Third rank holder Sheikh Ashraf Ali. He is absent due to illness. His mother is present here. I request her to collect the certificates on his behalf. MA 2018-20 batch. First rank holder Bidhan Mukherjee will receive gold medal from madam. Second rank holder Rakesh Adok will receive token of appreciation from madam. Third rank holder Sovik Pal will receive the certificate and token of appreciation from madam. Next, MPhil 2018-20 batch. First rank holder Chandan Kumar Sahana will receive gold medal from madam. Chandan Kumar Sahana. Second rank holder Kaushik Pal will receive certificate and token of appreciation from madam. Second rank holder Kaushik Pal. Third rank holder Suman Kollan Roy will receive certificate and token of appreciation from madam. Suman Kollan Roy. Next, postgraduate diploma in guidance and counseling 2018-19 batch. First rank holder Somodip Kole will receive token of appreciation from madam. Second rank holder Prasun Kumar Roy Prosun Kumar Roy. Third rank holder Srijit Kumar Kundu. Srijit Kumar Kundu. Next, postgraduate diploma in yoga education 2018-19 batch. First rank holder Prosenjit Kapas. Second rank holder Moloy Das. First rank holder Prosenjit Kapas is receiving token of appreciation from Madam. Second rank holder Moloy Das. Sorry. Second rank holder Moloy Das. Second rank holder Moloy Das is receiving token of appreciation from Madam. Third rank holder Raju Mohanta. Third rank holder Raju Mohanta. Thank you, Madam. Now I request Revered Swami Shashtrajnanandaji Maharaj to present the medals, certificates and prizes to our students. B.Ed 2019-21 batch, first rank holder Swaptendu De will receive gold medal from Revered Maharaj. Second rank holder Sautik Saha. Second rank holder Sautik Saha is absent. His father is present here. I request him to collect the certificate on his behalf. Third rank holder Swarnendu Mondol. Third rank holder Swarnendu Mondol. Absent. Next, M.Ed 2019-21 batch, first rank holder Shaunak Gupta will receive gold medal from Revered Maharaj. Second rank holder Arnab Sao will receive certificate and token of appreciation from Revered Maharaj. Third rank holder Sheikh Parvez Ahmed will receive certificate and token of appreciation from Maharaj. Sheikh Parvez Ahmed. Next, PGDGC 2019-20 batch, first rank holder Sudeep Adok will receive certificate and token of appreciation from Revered Maharaj. Second rank holder Suman Das. Suman Das. Third rank holder Ananto Haldar. Suman Das is receiving certificate and token of appreciation from Revered Maharaj. Next, third rank holder Ananto Haldar. Next, PGDYE 2019-20 batch, first rank holder Narendranath Thakur. Narendranath Thakur. Second rank holder Abhijit Kaur. Narendranath Thakur. Second rank holder Abhijit Kaur. Abhijit Kaur is receiving certificate. Third rank holder Bapon Dewan. Bapon Dewan. Thank you, Maharaj. Now it's time for felicitation of our PhD scholars. Our PhD scholars are conferred degrees at the annual convocation of the University of Calcutta. I once again request Professor Swapna Banerjee, Dean, University of Calcutta, to present token of appreciation to our PhD scholars. First, Dr. Hon'ble. Dr. Hon'ble, Dr. Tapos Chandra, Dr. Somnath Hazra. Dr. Hon'ble is receiving token of appreciation from Madam. Dr. Tapos Chandra, Dr. Somnath Hazra, Sheikh Shariful Islam, Dr. Nijamuddin Ahmed. Dr. Somnath Hazra is receiving token of appreciation from Madam. Dr. Sheikh Shariful Islam, he is absent. Next, Dr. Nijamuddin Ahmed. Dr. Nijamuddin Ahmed is receiving token of appreciation from Madam. Thank you, Madam. Now, I once again request Revered Swami Shashtrajnanandaji Maharaj, Secretary, Ramakrishna Mission Saradapitha, to present token of appreciation to our PhD scholars. First, Dr. Sujit Samanto, Dr. Parthasarathi Panda. Dr. Sujit Samanto is receiving token of appreciation from Revered Maharaj. Dr. Parthasarathi Panda is receiving token of appreciation from Maharaj. Dr. Ujjwal Chaudhary, Dr. Samir Kumar Mahato. Dr. Ujjwal Chaudhary and Dr. Samir Kumar Mahato both are absent. Next, Dr. Sandeep Mondol. Dr. Sandeep Mondol is receiving token of appreciation from Revered Maharaj. Thank you, Maharaj. Now, may I request Professor Goutam Bandyopadhyay, Associate Professor and the senior most faculty member of Ramakrishna Mission Sikshanamandira, to propose vote of thanks.
Good afternoon. The ninth Convocation Ceremony of Ramakrishna Mission Sikshanamandira, a postgraduate autonomous college of teacher education, is almost at its conclusion. What remains yet to be is the vote of thanks. We feel extremely honored for the august presence of Professor Sunaina Singh, Honorable Vice-Chancellor, Nalanda University, and an acclaimed educationist of international repute. Respected Vice-Chancellor Madam has enriched us by delivering Convocation Oration 2022. We express our respectful gratitude to Professor Singh on behalf of our institution. Our institution, Ramakrishna Mission Sikshanamandira, feels extremely privileged for the presence of Professor Swapna Banerjee, Dean, Faculty Council for Postgraduate Studies in Education, Journalism, Library and Information Science, University of Calcutta. We express our deep gratitude to Professor Banerjee for her inspiring, motivating lecture towards our students. Ramakrishna Mission Sikshanamandira Porivar feels immensely honored for the presence of Honorable Justice Sri Pinaki Chandra Ghose, Chairperson, Lokpal of India. We express our deep regards and never-ending good wishes to Mr. Ghose, who has graced to chair the entire Convocation Ceremony 2022. We feel extremely blessed for the presence of Revered Srimat Swami Shashtrajnanandaji Maharaj, Secretary Ramakrishna Mission Saradapitha Belur Math. We offer our deep pronouns, our deep gratitude to Revered Maharaj. I convey my deep regards to our Principal Swami Divyagunanandaji Maharaj. I convey my deep regards to Srimat Swami Saranandaji Maharaj, our former principal, who is digitally present. I convey my respect to our Vice Principal, Swami Vidyamritanandaji Maharaj, Controller of Examination, Swami Urjitanandaji Maharaj, and all our monastic members. I convey my thanks and good wishes to my colleagues, especially Professor Rashid Al-Farabi, to all our certificate recipients and all students, all respected guardians and viewers who are watching the Convocation Ceremony in the digital form. Now, at the conclusion, let me allow to end the vote of thanks. Namaskar to all. Now the Convocation Ceremony 2022 will be completed after the national anthem. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We shall conclude the 9th Convocation Ceremony of Ramakrishna Mission Sikshanamandira with national anthem. May I request all the audience and guests to please stand in respect of the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंग विंध्य हिमाचल जमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंग तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष